then you don't remember them. You eliminate yourself of the younger people so that they don't even know why what is happening.
Moral, political, and economic ramifications. Beyond the finance, some of us want to see a time when Africans are not living at the razor edge of life, no matter where they are, no matter how rich the country is or how poor that country is. We ought to live like other people also live. Find our levels of confidence, see ourselves in the future, and not to be afraid. That is also important. And that goes beyond money. It goes beyond being ourselves and also making our contributions to the world like everybody else does.
PANAFEST and Emancipation Day are not just commemorative events. They are acts of cultural resilience, resistance, and vessels of memory. They remind us of the tragic rupture of the transatlantic slave trade, the suffering endured, and the legacy of resilience and creativity our ancestors passed on.
And then ask you to borrow back what they have stolen.
At the heart of this year's celebration is a call for reparative justice. We must not remember, we must act. Reparative justice demands a reckoning of history, but also a restructuring of the future. It speaks to the need for moral, economic, and cultural redress, a renewal of systems that have long profited from exploitation. An act that has caused the people of Africa its resources, labor, economic dependency, designed to make African economies reliant on European markets.
Without question, it's long overdue. Everybody who has ever suffered any atrocity that the global community has recognized as, in fact, an atrocity, they've never ever hesitated to address the issue of reparations. Even as wars are being fought today in disturbed areas, people are already calculating the reparative costs and repairing that land. So why would it take Africa centuries for this conversation to come up, about reparative justice for Africa? It's only with Africa and people of African descent that it's a question. But now is the time that we must raise that issue and raise our voice. And that's why I'm happy to see that the Diaspora has come home to this call, have also answered the call around this theme, and that our own president, President John Dramani Mahama, is the voice for Africa, along with CARICOM, along with the U.S., to lift up the cry for reparations now. It's been too long a delay. We want our young people, our creative community, our artists, to make their songs about this, to make their dance about this, to be able to have their conversations and their drama and their films about this. We must use every aspect of our creative energy to send that single message out about reparative justice.
The theme of this year's PANAFEST, reparative justice, is deep and is broad-ranging. It speaks to not only repatriations, it invites us to come back. It invites us to set up inquiry spaces around what it really means, not to get money for those who left and who died in the Middle Passage, those of my ancestors, from whom I am a very strong representative. I am a descendant of triumphant survivors. But the justice aspect requires serious conversations and commitments at all levels to equity. Equity. What does that mean? It's a very easy word to use, but the healing that is required in the repair must be looked at. The intergenerational work must be looked at. The opportunity for us to engage in the systems and the processes that govern our lives must be looked at. It's an ongoing inquiry. The theme must kick it off, and for the next 2 years, until the next PANAFEST, let us all come to this with curiosity, not knowing any answers, but be prepared to work into the unknown, because with every breath, with every step, we are evoking belonging. And this for me is critical.
welcome a good things to come. Say it.